So we start here the third part of our servlet and GSP chapter. I remind you that we have studied in the previous one how to access database from Swing. Now we will shift to understand how database could be accessed from a web application using the JDBC technology. So again, I explained the architecture. So a first GSP will send a request HTTP to the servlet. This servlet will access the database using the JDBC technology. JDBC will give back the list of or the result of the query to the servlet. The servlet will process this result and give it back to the GSP. This GSP will be then displayed to the browser. So as you can see, our project will contain then the following content. So again, the project will contain a GSP file as a view. It will contain a servlet that plays the role of the control, and then the model presented by the product file. As you can see here, this is the GSP we will start with, containing a form in which the user is requested to type an ID and a description. Once we click on the submit button, what it does or what happens, the same GSP displays, first of all, it adds this new information as a new product, and then we list all the entries or all the records we have in the product file. So you can see, for example, that the one that we have just typed here is also displayed. So the same GSP plays the role of the form and also to view the result at the end. So here is the part containing the form, very simple or basic, containing the ID and a description and then a button. Next, as you can see, this is the servlet, where we define the connection and statement, and we define the driver. So here we specify that we are going to use a MySQL driver, and we are going to access the URL of this database. So if we remember, as we did with the Swing, now within it is thanks to the lifecycle of a servlet, where we define the init, in which we are going to specify the connection with our database. So you see that here we load the driver, then we get the connection with the specified database with the login and the password. And then we create the statement that will be used to execute queries. The next part of the servlet contains the process request that starts with getting the two parameters ID and description. The first thing to start with then is the execute update, where we insert into this database the two information to be added as a new entry in my database. Then I start a new product list as an array list, and then I execute the query to get all the products or the entries in my product table. And then, thanks to this loop, what I do, I get from these results, I put every first and second parameter as a new product. I create a new product, and this product is added to my list. So at the end, I will have in my product list, in this array list, the list of all products of my database. And then this product list here, to which I give the name product list, is added as an attribute in my request. And as you can see later on, So once we get all the products in my list, what I do, then I forward this list to my GSP. As you can see, I first of all prepare the dispatch to my product and list.jsp, to which I forward the request and the response. Of course, at the end of this servlet, I add my destroy, in which I close both the statement and the connection. Next, what we have is the product that will represent the model of my program. And finally, this is the second part of the GSP, in which, as you can see, I define mainly the table that will display the content of the product file. So it is necessary then, after defining the header, to define in the body, it is necessary to open scriptlets because this list is not static. So as you can see, I first of all retrieve my product list using the getAttribute method. And then this list is browsed, or it is we iterate through this list in order to display every single product by displaying in each row the product ID and the product description. So before jumping to the EGBs, I will show you how this is done in NetBeans. I'll start from the beginning, and you will see this is my program. I have the GSP. As I explained, it contains both the form, it contains the form here, okay, and then it contains my table exactly as I just explained. Then I have the product, very simple, and I have my servlet containing the init to make the connection, the process request to insert first, and then to get the list of all the products, and then the destroy. Okay, so as you can see, I already have the list here. I can show you another one. For example, if I type this, I type a new description, I click on submit, and then hopefully it's this one that I have added is added, and at the same time I display all what I have. Okay, as you can see in the PowerPoint, I have shown you the one that I have added. It is here, number 11. So I will stop here, and in the next video I will explain how to have access to the DB from the servlet, but now using the EGB.